Britain, which was once proud of having some of the most effective legislation in the world to fend off homelessness, now has over 50,000 people sleeping rough. And with the government ushering in public sector spending cuts in an attempt to battle the country's financial troubles, the number of homeless people is expected to rise. RT's Polly Boiko went to meet some of those living on the streets.
It's freezing. You're cold, wet, and hungry. There's nowhere for you to go to dry off, and no money in your pockets. This street is all you've got, and there's no one that will help you. Welcome to Birmingham, the UK's capital for homelessness.
My name is Michael. I've been homeless now for 2 years on the streets of Birmingham. In the city centre of Birmingham, I don't know how many homeless people it is, but it is a hell of a lot. And we shouldn't be homeless. A lot of people do come here after a certain time. Underneath it, we have got a car park where people sleep all over the places. This is where I got attacked.
In the very centre of Birmingham?
Yes, in the middle of here.
Michael is by no means alone. In fact, the number of homeless people in Britain has skyrocketed by 25% since 2010, reaching 50,000 people in 2012, the biggest spike in the city of Birmingham.
You don't know who could be going through your pockets, who could be walking past you. I mean, you could be sleeping next to a wall, some druggie could come up, throw up all over you. I mean, it's horrible. And the coldness is stupid, especially this time of year. We had to go about 3-4 days with nothing to eat. 21-year-old Matt fled his family home where he came to blows with his stepfather. He had to sleep rough before being granted emergency shelter in a Birmingham hostel. It's run by a charity that helps anyone down and out find employment and get back on their feet. I'm always looking for work and whatnot because I'm on the dole now. Like, I haven't got no job or anything like that at the moment, which I'm trying to get.
It's Daniel's second stay at the hostel in 3 years. After growing up in and out of foster care, he struggled to keep a roof over his head.
You've got to do whatever it takes to find somewhere to sleep, find money, help and support. It's the scariest thing, waking up knowing that you've still got to face it all over again.
There just isn't enough low-cost housing available, and with unemployment rising, hostels just like this one desperately need to expand.
The figures from the local authority of people presenting as homeless have increased on average by about 400% a month.
For the growing homeless community, squatting in one of the city's 12,000 empty homes used to be an option. Not anymore. Just before the winter set in, Westminster upgraded squatting from a civil matter to a criminal offence. Predictions that it would translate to more rough sleepers on the streets came true.
There are a lot of deprived areas in Birmingham. There are a lot of people that don't have work in Birmingham, and I suppose with it being such, at one time, an industrialised centre, there are working class families, but those jobs just don't exist anymore, so I suppose that the poverty is just sort of breeding further poverty. And there is a big mix of people in Birmingham. The population's expanding, the housing stock isn't. You know, it's reached that point where it's just spilling over and can't cope anymore.
And with more government budget cuts kicking in after April, many more Britons are predicted to slip through the net as the housing crisis escalates. Polly Boiko, RT, Birmingham.